Okay.
Hi.
Hi, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome. Eve wanted to come and say hi to everybody because it's Father's Day. You want to say Happy Father's Day to all? You can't squeeze my cheek in public. You can't do that. You're like the annoying aunt who used to squeeze my cheek when I was a young kid. Okay. Do you wanna say hi to everyone because it is Father's Day? So there are a lot of fathers over here, and what do you think of fathers?
They're good.
Fathers are good.
But you are the beast.
I'm the beast.
You're the best.
The best. Well, how do you know that? Have you done any statistical survey? Maybe
No,
there's
I
a.
just know you're the best for me.
Oh, you're such a suck up. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to this call. We have 620. Okay, go to sleep.
And my spirit got you.
All right, scoot away. Close the door, okay, Eve?
Yes.
Hi everyone. Welcome. And happy Father's Day to all of you who are in a time zone or in a country where you're celebrating Father's Day today. I am, give me 1 second. I'm just going to shut the door, okay? Okay, we are ready to begin. I love these calls, guys. I'm really starting to enjoy them. And last week's call was really interesting because, well, firstly, I realized how much you guys really, really, really want to connect with each other, and how it was funny when I showed you guys the new Mindvalley Connection app that we are launching, which allows people to connect and find close friends and potentially even people to date. It was insane how 1,000 comments appeared in this chat. So I went to my team and I told them, look, we're building this app for people to find study buddies, right? For people to find accountability partners. But what if we could figure out how we could help all of the lonely people over here who are looking for love? And my team came up with an option called Secret Crush, which is really, really, really interesting. So in the upcoming app, you'll be able to browse the bios of everyone else in Mindvalley All Access. And by the way, the people in Mindvalley All Access, really, really remarkably talented people, very conscious, into personal growth, quality men and women. But now there'll be a little option called Secret Crush, and we're going to test it out. You'll be able to add click if you secretly have a crush on someone, and if they secretly crush you back, then it's going to actually introduce you guys. And so we'll see what happens. So I hope you guys find that useful. Now, one more thing I want you guys to know: I've been living in Malaysia for 15 years, right? And if you look behind me, you'll see I deliberately put up the Estonian version of my book because starting next weekend, we are going to be moving to Estonia. Eve just got admitted to a school in Estonia. You see, we have to leave Malaysia. They go to an amazing American school here, but we have to leave Malaysia because the schools are closed until January. And we decided that, I decided that it's really important as a parent to put your kids first. I think all of us here would agree. So the kids got into a really good school in Estonia. So I'm going to be moving permanently to a different time zone, and I'm going to be in Estonia. And while I'm in Estonia, one of the things I'd love to do, there are a lot of Estonians here who are part of All Access. I'd love to do a little meetup in Tallinn. And in fact, if any of you guys from around Europe, if you can travel and you want to come to Tallinn and just hang out, that'll be fun. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how we can bring Mindvalley more into the real world. So I'm excited about that. And by the way, guys, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, my hair is all messed up because we are moving right now. My whole apartment is a mess. But today is a special day. We're going to be talking about Lifebook, but we're going to go beyond Lifebook. I'm going to be teaching you some really cool hacks that I am using to organize my personal growth and my life. We are approaching 1,000 people here, and I think you guys are really going to like this. All right, so first, quick poll. I want to see how many of you here have a Lifebook. 1 second. We're going to put up this poll. Okay, so the poll's going to go up. Do you have a Lifebook? Answer yes, no. Okay, and save. Okay, all right, so open up, click the poll and click yes or no, depending on whether you have a Lifebook or not. And it doesn't matter if you don't. Wow, a lot of you guys do have a Lifebook. Okay, so like you, I've done Lifebook. Many of you are starting the new batch that's coming up right now. But what I want to show you is really, really, really cool. Since a lot of you, almost half of you already have done Lifebook, I want to teach you some advanced hacks that I've been using with Lifebook. And these hacks have made a profound impact on my life. Okay, so in this call, we're going to go into some advanced level training. I wouldn't be sharing this publicly, but given you guys are all access and you are our best customers, I think you will find this really interesting. Now, how many of you here have heard or use a tool called Airtable? If you use Airtable, just mention it. A lot of you who are engineers or in Silicon Valley will probably be using Airtable. A lot of you may have never heard of it, but I want to show you this amazing tool that has completely transformed the way I work and is allowing me to take a lot of my business, a lot of the things I do, and put it on autopilot as I'm making such a big move in my life. I want to share this with you because this tool has saved me so much time. So I'm first going to show you how I'm using Airtable to basically plan different aspects of my life. And then we're going to go and I'm going to show you how to use Airtable to create a digital life book, which means that anywhere you are, if you have a new goal, you have a new idea, you have a new belief, a new thought that hits you, you're going to be able to organize it in a really, really, really beautiful way. You guys ready? Awesome. So first, let me share my screen so I can take you to what I'm going to show you. 1 second. All right. So screen sharing time. And you guys are going to freaking love this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen in a way where we can see the chat and you can also see, so it's going to do a full screen share. Nope, that did not work. Hang on 1 second. Let me just share a window. Okay, you guys should be able to see me and you guys can also see my browser, correct? I'm just going to, oh wow, we had 1.1 thousand people. I'm just going to bring up the chat box so that I can see what you guys are saying as we go through this. Okay, what you're seeing here is a tool called Airtable. Now, Airtable looks like this. If you go to the main website of Airtable, what you will see is that Airtable is like Google Sheets. I'm logged in, but we're going to go to the main website. So Airtable is rather like Google Sheets. But what happens in Airtable is that you create, imagine you're a software engineer. Imagine you have software guys working for you and anything you want, you can get them to build. So I'm going to show you how I'm using Airtable. As I'm making my big move, I am using Airtable to find occasional homes in Tallinn. So guys, here I'm being super transparent. I ask that you respect my privacy. I'm literally showing you homes that I'm checking out. So as I'm looking for new apartments, every time I see something that I like, I add it to this Airtable base. So in Airtable, they have this concept called a base. A base is a collection of data. And in this base, you can add different pieces of content. So here, I've put the name of this home. I've grabbed from this particular Estonian housing site, I grabbed the text. I grabbed the text describing it. I stuck pictures that I liked. I put the price. I put my interest in it. And then Airtable lets you organize it in any way you want. So in this case, I can see the homes I'm looking at as a gallery. But some of you may be familiar with this view. This is basically like Google Sheets. Okay, so you can see all the information is here like Google Sheets. You have the name, the notes, the pictures, the price, monthly. If you want to add a new column, it's super easy. You just click plus, and then you choose the type of column you want to add. Maybe you want to add a URL, a phone number, a collaborator, an attachment. But here's what gets really, really, really advanced. You can add formulas, you can count, you can add, and this is where it starts acting like a programming tool. This is so much better than Evernote. Now with Airtable, you can build any type of application you want. So I'm going to show you how we're doing it. So when you come to Airtable, you basically can choose an application. You can do it for indie film production. I have friends using it for indie film production. I have friends using it for novel planning, event marketing, event planning. I know a lot of you are in event planning. So let's take a look at this, okay? So this is what the event planning template looks like in Airtable. As you can see, you have a schedule, you have event locations, topics and themes. You can organize all the information. Now, let's say you are in HR. Look at all the different HR applications they have. Let's say you're in remote work. These are all different remote work. So, for example, you can build an application to track your weekly team meetings. You can build an application to track your remote team hub. Now, here's why Airtable is so important. Guys, Airtable in Mindvalley right now is replacing how we use Excel. It's replacing Microsoft Word. It's replacing Google Docs. It's replacing Google Sheets. This is significant. And in many teams, when I've taken teams and I've put them on Airtable, their productivity has sped up so much that people are freeing up hours of their time. But you need to understand how Airtable works. So when you look at the traditional Google Doc, you have text. When you look at the Google Sheet, it's like Excel. Excel sheets are the same thing. But Airtable is data that you structure together in unique ways. And I'm beginning to realize that Airtable is the tool for the 2020s. And if you learn Airtable and you master this, you will get a promotion in your job. If you're a business, you will be able to make your business so much more efficient. Airtable right now, as I'm deploying them in teams in Mindvalley, is eliminating between 20 to 30% of manual work across every team. I wanted to share this with you guys because I feel this is really important. I'm going to my employees right now and I'm saying, start watching webinars on Airtable, start diving into this. Not only will you shave off time in the work you're doing at Mindvalley, but whatever other job you get, if you dive into this job, you are probably going to be one of the top performers in that company. You're going to be able to go and organize that CEO's life because you are one of the first people to stumble upon this new tool. But let me tell you how the tool works. So Airtable works with like a database. It's like a database and Google Sheets had a love child. And then you have layers of information on it and you can present information in any way you want. Now I'm going to show you an Airtable I made for you guys. So as you know, there are many live events happening in Mindvalley. All of this is now, you see this page, mindvalley.com/calendar. All of you can go here and you can see all the live events available to you guys. It's all here for you. Now the thing is, all of this was built in Airtable in 10 minutes flat. You build it on Airtable. You decide that you're going to build a data of events, and then you embed it in your website. So with Airtable, you can embed this in any website. So I told my designer, can we put an interactive dynamic calendar on the website? He's like, yeah, it'll take about 2 months. If we have a couple of coders, we can build it. I'm like, no, it's going to take us 10 minutes. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's going to take us 10 minutes because we are going to build it on Airtable, and I'm going to give you a little embed code. It's like, you know how you can embed a YouTube video in a blog post? You embed this in the website. Now, this is available to all of you in all access. You can come here, you can see every event, and notice there's a filter, right? So let's say you want to see events that contain Marissa Peer. So you go to speaker author, Marissa. Great, you can see Marissa Peer is speaking on July 30th at 12 a.m. my time, and it'll show you, so this will be 12 p.m. if you're in the East Coast. So this is Airtable. Now, you don't want this. So let's say I want an event where I want to see events for Mindvalley University. So let's type in uni. All the events for Mindvalley University are here. And by the way, I hope you guys know that it's part of All Access. Mindvalley University is free for you. It's completely free. The digital version of Mindvalley University is free. You can go to mindvalley.com/calendar. All of these talks are available for you. All of these incredible teachers are coming on board to teach you, from Stephen Kotler to Michael Beckwith, all private Zoom calls, okay, to Jim Quick, and then many other incredible teachers I've met across the past 1 year that I know you guys are going to love, like Niraj Naik. He teaches breathwork. I've heard so many people talk about him, so I asked him to come and have a session with you guys. All of these are going to be available to all of you for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's part of your all access subscription. And these are all remarkable teachers. Paul McKenna, Naveen Jain. Naveen Jain just signed a $2.5 billion contract with NASA to send robots back to the moon. All of this is available to you guys. Okay. So, but this again is built with Airtable. Now let's go back to Airtable, right? Let's look at what else you can do. Now I want to show you a quote engine we built. So this is really cool. So this is, we're looking at how can we inject inspiring quotes into our Mindvalley app. So we've created a complete taxonomy of all the different outcomes that Mindvalley gives you. Okay, so look, there are 158 different outcomes. I built it on Airtable, and all of these outcomes fall into an area of growth. So I know, for example, that a student who wants to improve their longevity, if they click on longevity, these are the different outcomes that Mindvalley programs are building for longevity. Cardio and circulatory health, aging better, improve brain health. Let's say you want to improve your feeling of oneness. These are the different outcomes that Mindvalley program create for oneness. Feeling more connected to life, improving compassion, releasing anger. All of this is on Airtable. But here's what happens then, okay? We allow, so here I've created a form on Airtable where anyone in my team can add a quote. They can choose an author from all the Mindvalley authors. They can type the quote over here, and then they can choose, what does this quote help people do? Is it better eating? Is it better growth mindset? Is it better self-awareness? And this quote instantly goes into our database and will now be showing up on our Mindvalley app. So you see with Airtable, not only can you output data and you can build an interactive website literally in 10 minutes. You can embed this, by the way, on a blog. You don't need any programmers. You can start a WordPress blog, embed this, and then you can create a form, literally a form, that's what it looks like, where any of your employees, any of your teams can basically put in information that they want. Now, this is what it looks like. So if I look at the quotes, sorry, wrong one. If I look at the quotes over here, I can see all the various quotes. Okay, and I can see the tier is the tier of authors. So these are quotes by me. These are the outcomes that the quotes are about. Then if you can see quotes by Donna Eden, quotes by Jim Quick. So I'm actually showing you the back end of how we're building Mindvalley. Now I know someone there, Gilda, said it's complicated. You're right, Gilda, but it gets as complicated or easy as you want it to be. Because when you go to Airtable, you see, you don't have to know how to build it yourself. I build a quote board myself, but you can choose anything you want. So does anybody want to try this? I want to get a volunteer, and we're going to build an Airtable application in 10 minutes for your business. Okay? So, all right. So I'm going to pick Carolina. Carolina just said yes. Carolina, I'm going to make you live right now. Okay, by the way, you must be willing to go live. Okay? Carolina, are you there? Awesome. All right, Carolina, I am going to make you live. 1 second. All righty, Carolina. Okay, now as you see me do this, all right, now I see there are 3 Carolinas. That's going to be awkward. Okay, so this Carolina is the one, so one has all caps. This Carolina is with capital C, lowercase, rest of the name. Okay, Carolina, I am now going to allow you to talk. Okay, Carolina, you are now allowed to talk. Tell us what you do.
Okay, hi. Actually, I'm creating my own business now, and it's related to how we can transform garbage and disposable materials into art and, you know, like cleaning the planet and everything through art.
Amazing. That's a very, very noble project. So what is one of the things in your business that you would want to automate?
I think like the purchases, like
Okay.
I want to, when I put the materials out there, like if it's a painting or if it's a sculpture or whatever, I want people to just automatically can buy it through the website, so I don't have to deal with that.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
also,
Yeah, perfect. So it's like inventory management for your art, right?
Sorry?
So it's like inventory management for your art. So you're creating something where you can put up your art, you can share it with people, you can put a price, people can contact you if they want to buy it. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think they even need to contact me. I don't know. I think they just can like click
Yeah.
and buy
Yeah,
it.
they can click and buy it directly. We're going to build that in 10 minutes. We're going to build a whole website for you in 10 minutes. Now, you guys, I want you to watch. So first, let's search art. Okay, so you see there's something called art gallery management. Okay, so that's interesting. My art collection, that looks like this could apply here. There's sneaker collection, there is competitor tracking, event planning. So there's lots of things to do with art. But let's try this Airtable. Okay, my art collection. So the thing is, with Airtable, just experiment, just try. So Carolina, this could be the way you use art. So I'm going to create a new template for art collection. Okay, so the template is being created, and there we go. Now, at first, it looks like Excel. It totally looks like Excel. You have these different names, Katie in front of a Rothko. I saw 3 cities. Then you have the artwork, the pricing, whether it's insured, the artist, and then your notes. Okay, so now here's what happens. So in Airtable, a key thing over here is views. You click on views and you go to, you can choose any type of filter you want. These, for example, this is a filter for uninsured pictures, but we're going to create a view called gallery. Now, gallery basically is a visual view. So you see, so now you have a gallery. Now you want to create a new art piece. You type in the name. So let's call it Carolina's Art. Carolina, give me a name.
A name for the piece?
Yeah, for the art piece.
Okay, it can be love.
Okay, so we're going to call this the love piece. All right, now you can put the price that you want to sell it for. If you don't like this word, my price paid, you can change it to price this is being offered at, and then you can dump an image there. Let me put an image. Okay, so I'm just going to put an image over here. So the image is now uploading. Let's put a price over here. Let's say this art piece is 1,000. Maybe it's insured, maybe it's already sold. Don't worry about the name here called insured. You can customize this. So maybe you want to say sold. So now you're marking whether it's sold or not. This one you want to say price. This is the price people would pay you for this art piece. And you can customize these fields. Now, you can then add the artist. Now, this is the part where it gets interesting, guys. Notice when you add an artist, it says link to a record from artist. This is the important part. You see, Airtable is based on data. You create a data for artwork and you create a data for artists, and then you mix and match. So what this means is an artist, Carolina, maybe Carolina has 3 art pieces that she created. Maybe she has a brother, Carolina, I'm just using an experiment here. Maybe you have a brother called Jim, and Jim has 2 art pieces. So the art and the artist are 2 different things. Now in Excel, they're all kind of messily merged together. But here, you create a list of artists and you tag them to the art piece. So you see what I just did? I just created a new art piece called the love piece. There's a photo, there's a price, it's sold, it's tagged to the artist. Now, you can customize these cards. You can decide that you want to show a photo, or maybe you want to show the artist name. Maybe you want to show your notes. Maybe you don't want to show the little photo. Now, here's the best part. As you create this, you can create a shared view. You can share this with your team, okay? So any of you can now actually look at that, can now directly see that. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to paste it in chat. This view is now open to all of you. But here's the thing. You can embed this in your website. Now, look what I did. So all you got to do, Carolina, is open up a blog, and you just have to copy this, stick it in your WordPress blog, and this is what you have. You have an interactive art gallery that you can control on the back end with Airtable. That's how easy this is.
Great.
Now artists, this is where you put artists, and again you can change the view. Let's go to a gallery view for artists so we can see their beautiful faces. Okay, so you can add more artists here, you can add more art pieces. Maybe now, so the thing is, this gets you thinking in terms of data. Now I see that Stelios is asking, what does this have to do with Lifebook? All right, Stelios, now this is where Lifebook comes in. I'm now going to show you my Lifebook. So I've used Airtable to create my Lifebook. And with Airtable, what I'm doing is I've taken all of the different things in my Lifebook and I've started putting it together in Airtable and completely gotten rid of Microsoft Word or Apple Pages. Everything is in Airtable. Now let me show you how I'm designing this. So first, a caveat. Airtable will take you maybe a day to learn. Now a day is 8 hours, but I can tell you this one day, if you just play with it, if you let yourself make mistakes, it's going to change the way you think about work. Because Airtable, whether you know it or not, as you start playing with it, you will start thinking like an engineer. Engineers solve problems in really unique ways. You will start thinking like an engineer. Now, let's look at how I'm using this for Lifebook, okay? And somebody said, Nineka said, can it be used by a vision board, as a vision board? Absolutely, you can use this as a vision board. So the first thing is, in Lifebook, there are 12 categories. These are the 12 categories. So I created these beautiful images for 12 categories. This is so that if any of you decide to use Airtable for your Lifebook, you don't have to commission these images. We're just gonna give you a Dropbox and you can download them. Now you can create, so the first folder or the first tab over here is the 12 categories. Now let's say I go to character. So when I click on this, it's now showing me my objectives under character, which is owning my own energy. I can add my beliefs under character. I can add my purpose under character. So the first thing is 12 categories. Now the next thing is, in Lifebook, you always come up with your beliefs. So let's look at my beliefs, okay? So I'm actually sharing with you my Lifebook. So these are my beliefs on my career, my social life, my quality of life, and my financial life. Let's look at this one. I live in an abundant universe. So I put this belief under financial life. Now the second thing is, under social life, I have, you are the sum total of the people closest to you, because I really believe in getting close to good people. This is tagged under social life. Maybe this belief, I also believe that this one falls under character. I just click character. Now it's tagged in 2 different categories. So you see, I've just merged data. Now I can look at my purpose. So these are my purpose. So let's check this one out. We help our employees become the best versions of themselves so they can contribute to making the business the best version of itself. This one, I'm simply having so much fun and joy and happiness from this mission. And you can see I've tagged this to career. So this is what you can see. Now, again, I'm making this completely open to you guys. So feel free to borrow any of my statements. Now, as you design this, you can decide to do it in any way you want. Okay, so take a look at this one. One of the best ways to achieve my mission is to help bring growth and empowerment to my immediate circle of friends. So under notes, I put my favorite quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson on, well, my favorite quote on friendship. I decided that I'm going to tag this under social life. And you'll see for some of these, I also add pictures. And this is where the vision board comes in. I add pictures. Now, let's say I want to see the pictures. I want to create a vision board. I simply go to a gallery view. And now I have a gallery view. So you see, I haven't added pictures for everything, but I can add a filter. And the filter says, show where picture is not empty. See, it's just common English language. And here I have all the pictures that I put under this purpose. These are often pictures of my team or my collaborators. Kadi is the co-founder of Mindvalley University. These are just people that are part of the Mindvalley network. So now you have your gallery view. So as you can see, a lot of this is super easy to do. Now, one of the things I've started to do, oh yeah, someone said ISO 27001, wow, cool. So one of the things I've started to do is I've started to merge Lifebook with OKRs. OKRs is a business methodology pioneered by Intel and Google. We use it in Mindvalley. And so I create overriding OKRs. And with these OKRs, I have 2 levels of goals. So an OKR, for example, would be an objective and a key result. An OKR is like an overriding goal. But you know what, guys, forget the word OKR. Let's just keep it simple. I have an overriding goal. So the overriding goal would be move to Estonia. Now, within that overriding goal, I'll have sub-goals. Find a beautiful apartment. Find a great school for my kids. Find a great martial arts class or teacher in Estonia. All of those are sub-goals towards an overriding goal called moving to Estonia. Let me show you one of my overriding goals, friendship and network, okay? So my overriding goal is have a big list of friendships. I'm trying to correct my grammar mistake here. Have a big, no, you know what? Let me just keep it friendship and network. You guys get the idea. This is the overriding goal. Under this goal, I have, I'm a wonderful friend and my friends speak of me with admiration. Okay, and you can see I added a picture for this overriding goal. So here's another overriding goal, closeness to family. So I have an extraordinary, amazing, loving and supportive family. and so on. So my goals are tagged to an overriding goal. This one, Adventures in Tibet, is tied to a goal called Go on 2 Adventures a Year. So as you can see, these are all examples. Now, I didn't build this from scratch. Airtable already had a goal calendar. This was the default goals that came in that goal calendar. It was like a company OKR calendar, a company goal calendar. And you can see they had different objectives: build a company recruiting board, the goals, the people in charge of the goal, the quarter the goal has to be achieved, the percentage achieved, and then the notes on this goal. It's all automatic for you. You don't have to know how to use this. So if you want to create your version of Airtable, all you got to do is join Airtable. It's super, super, super affordable. Click Start with a Template, and then choose whatever you're trying to solve. Maybe you want to write a novel. Okay, they actually have a way for you to script out your novel. I'm using Airtable, by the way, right now for planning out my masterclasses. Maybe you work in the legal industry. These are all the different applications for legal. Maybe you work in PR and communication. Look at the sheer number of different PR and communication layouts. So this is a really interesting one, blog editorial calendar. It's a really simple one, but it's that we are building this now to allow our blog team to basically plan the articles going out. So you get the idea. Join Airtable. I think a basic plan is like maybe, to be honest, I don't know because I signed up with my company with 100 people. But let's Google cost of Airtable. So if you Google cost of Airtable, it's $24 per user per month, right? $20 per month. That's basically it. Oh yes, and there is a free version. Yeah, there's a free version you can use as well. So now you get the idea of how you can create your own digital lifebook. Now, yes, some of you may like it on paper, and that's great. I like Airtable because I can also download the Airtable app, and anything that, any idea I have, any new vision, I can directly put it into my phone. I want to show you a couple of other ways I'm using Airtable, okay? So let's look at, event planning. So this one is a test. This one is a test account. So this is not real data. But you can see this is, if you're planning an event, this is the schedule. You can see the type of item that is on the schedule, whether it's a panel or a workshop, the start date and time, the end date and time, the location, the speaker. Now you can click on the speaker like Katina Fey, and you can see everything about the speaker, the company the speaker represents, the name, the type of speaker, the email and phone number. You can click on Katina, then you can click on her company, Easy Safe Tea, and you can see all the speakers from this company. So you notice the event calendar, the speaker, and the company are 3 different tables, but they all interrelate. That's what makes Airtable powerful. And then you can choose to publish and share this. Now, here, this particular example, you can see all the different rooms. This is super useful. So my team, for example, when we are organizing our next Mindvalley U, which is physically happening in Tallinn, we can put up all the rooms for the team, but we can also share it with you guys who are coming. We can show topics and themes. We can put speakers and attendees. Everything is over here for you. So you guys now hopefully understand how to use this powerful, powerful, powerful tool to plan your life and to plan your life and to plan your life book. I just got back from IKEA, and if I saw an item I liked in IKEA, I would add it to my Airtable for furniture, my Airtable for furniture to buy. Before I went to IKEA, I created an Airtable because even though I'm moving, I'm furnishing an apartment here, which will be the place I'll be staying when I am in Malaysia. So I went to that apartment and I took photos of all the different walls where I need to put furniture. I measured the wall. I put that in Airtable. When I go to IKEA, I have my Airtable with all the different empty walls. And then I see the IKEA catalog. I take a picture and I put down the measurement. Then I come home and I compare and I see what piece of furniture I want to put in what location. So, and yes, someone said Vishen does an app to measure walls. Yes, I'm actually doing that. So again, Airtable has just dramatically improved my life. Now, we're going to go further, and I'm going to show you in the future how this level of data is going to be coming into Mindvalley, and how we're going to use this data to make all access super intelligent. you will be able to customize your Mindvalley experience within about 1 year. That means you won't have to go program to program. Because I'm able to simulate so many data patterns on Airtable, I'm building an intelligence into the Mindvalley app. So I'm using this at a whole different level. Don't worry about that for now, but the point is, as you start using Airtable, you open up new ways to use information and data in your life to make better decisions, whether you want to manage your recipes or manage your blog, or in this case, manage your Lifebook. This is the skill for the 2020s, folks. And if you run a business or you work for a business, this will change the way you work. All right, let's stop sharing. And I want to now take this time to answer questions. Okay, great.
Vishen, sorry, can I ask you something?
Oh, hi, Carolina. You're still there.
Yes, sorry. How can
Go
I
ahead.
have the link? The link for the, like, to put in the blog that you showed.
Yeah.
I have to do it again, or you put it here?
Well, what you would do is you see this thing over here called Share View on Airtable. Hang on, let me share my screen, because I think this is a really important point. So let's say, so what you're seeing right now is an Airtable for event planning. Let's say these are all the locations, and you have an event and you want your audience to know what the names of the rooms are. You can create this beautiful deck of cards. You can click on share, and you can create a shareable link. Okay, that link just got created. You see that one there? You can share this with people. You can make it editable so people can add their own places to it. And you can also embed this on your website. So now if people who are signing up for your event come to your website and they want to know the rooms, it's all available here. See, there's a desktop version and a mobile version. And it's beautiful. It's fast, it's beautiful, it's slick. And so you can use this to communicate with your team. You can use this to communicate on your website. It's a really, really, really cool tool. Okay.
So
thank
I
you.
just click and put it in my website. Okay, great. Thank you, Vishen.
Okay, so thank you, Carolina, and thank you for acting as an example for us. All right, now, now we'll go back to the topic at hand, which is Lifebook. So let's look at this event. So as you can see, I added this event to the Airtable for all access. So you guys can see what, you guys can come here anytime and see all the upcoming events. Today we have Vishen on Life Vision and recreating your life post-quarantine. And then tomorrow I'm actually teaching a new masterclass on Be Extraordinary. All of these are open to you guys. And why there's so many events is because July 13, Mindvalley University Live kicks off, and we decided to make it free for all access. So all of these are available for you. But let's look at what we're going to be covering here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I design my life and combine OKR methodology to Lifebook, especially in a world that has changed so abruptly. How do you recreate your life vision and make it bolder and better so you don't just survive, but thrive? We're going to come to that. Second thing is I'm going to show you a tool called Airtable to create a powerful digital goal setting tool. Yes, Vishen's going to personally show you what he puts down in this Lifebook. Please keep all info confidential. This is only for Mindvalley All Access members. So we've done this part. Now let's go on to here. And I want to show you a couple of things that I'm doing right now to completely recreate my life. As I go there, I'd also love to take questions. So click on Q&A, and I'd love to see what your questions are so far. Will there be a replay? Yes, yes. Somebody said, I'm from the Bay Area. Should I move to Estonia? It's not spelled Astonia, it's Estonia. But actually, right now, because of quarantine. So actually, let's talk about that. This is really, really cool. I love life hacking. So because of quarantine right now, if you're American, you can't get to Europe and vice versa, right? I'm living in Malaysia, so I can fly to America, and then I'm flying to Europe. And then once I get to Europe, I can't go back to America. It's just the way the borders are right now. But my friend in Estonia basically just got the government to launch something called the Digital Nomad Visa, which means that anybody who is a digital nomad who can work from home, and most of us are now working from home, can technically apply to Estonia and get a visa for 1 year to live and work in Estonia. Estonia has the highest number of startups per capita. I kid you not, it just overtook Tel Aviv. Highest number of startups per capita. It is beautiful. And it is a country that is just passionate about personal growth. So there's bulletproof coffee everywhere. There are healthy places to eat. It's amazing. So yes, theoretically, any of you could move to Estonia. But let's actually look at I'm just focusing. Let's go back to the first question. I want to share with you how I'm restructuring my life right now. Okay, so we're gonna come to that. I just want to look at a couple of other questions because so many are coming in right now. Somebody said, are you willing to share your Lifebook template? Yes, I'm going to teach you what I'm doing. Somebody said, will there be a Lifebook template in Airtable? That's actually a good idea. If you guys like it, would you guys like me to create one for you guys? Okay, awesome. Great. So we'll create one because what I saw here is 48% of you have a Lifebook. Wow, we have 1,300 people on this call. That's amazing. Okay, so here's what you want to do. Now, in this time, Michael Beckwith says that we shift in life based on Kensho moments and Satori moments, right? Satori moments are growth through insight. Kensho moments are growth through pain. Growth through pain is basically, according to Zen philosophy by Michael Beckwith, as he explains it, a Kensho moment is when your universe needs to break something about your life so the next grand evolution of your soul can happen. That's a Kensho moment. A Kensho moment is when you're growing through pain. But there's also a Satori moment. Someone said, Tanya said, slow burn. Yeah, that's it. A Satori moment is growth through insight. It's when you are growing through a beautiful new insight or inspiration or idea that has come through you. Now, as you meditate, as you practice personal growth, as you read more, what happens is that you're giving yourself more opportunities for insight. And so you move more towards your destiny beautifully with no pain. But if you're stubborn, if you're caught in the rat race, if you are following the rules of the culture scape, sometimes you go off the path you're meant to be on. That's when your soul steps in and breaks something. That's a Kensho moment. That's pain. And that is when your soul might cause you to lose a relationship so you can truly understand who you're meant to be with or truly understand how to show up in your relationship. Your soul might destroy your business so you truly understand how to be a better business person. Your soul might destroy your health so you truly understand how to take care of your body. That's a Kensho moment. Now, what's happening in the world today is that it seems that the human race is going through a Kensho moment. So there was COVID-19. There was the Black Lives Matter protest across America, which was an incredible thing, but it caused a lot because it was a protest, and because of the response of some leadership, it was also a very stressful thing for many people. My Black friends, I've been communicating with them, and many of them feel deeply hurt and frustrated. And then there is job losses, millions of jobs eviscerated, and what's happening now is that people are predicting that there's going to be a massive global recession that's about to hit. There's about to be a bubble bursting. So humanity is basically going through some serious shit in 2020. And I wonder if we are going through a collective species-wide Kensho moment. Now, when you're going through a Kensho moment, one of the most important things to understand is that Kensho moments, I call them the beautiful destruction, because sometimes the only way to get to the next level of your life, to get to the next level that's truly great, is to destroy that which is merely good. Or another way of thinking of it is, sometimes you have to destroy what is merely good to move into what is truly great. And this is how I'm approaching my life and my life book right now. I'm looking at what aspects of my life are merely good, and how can I use this opportunity to destroy them, beautifully destroy them, so that I can recreate my life anew. For the longest time, I was bored in Malaysia. It's just, I'm here because I was born here, because Mindvalley is here, but I don't jive by the culture as much. I don't like the weather, but it's always been too hard for me to move because I have a 200-person company here. My kids go to an amazing school here. But in the midst of COVID-19 and quarantine, I decided to destroy that aspect of my life and pick up and relocate. And I'm so excited now about what's going to be unfolding. I'm moving to Europe. And I don't know how long I'll be there, but I'm excited as heck. And so I created this overriding objective. And this is where you bring in the OKR methodology, an overriding objective, move to Europe. And then now I create the sub goals over there. I go deep and I ask myself, what would Europe look like? What would my life in Europe look like? And I've started creating goals. And I want to share that with you. One goal is find a beautiful apartment that's at least 500 years old, because I love old buildings. Another one is take up martial arts again. I really want to go into martial arts. And in Europe, jiu-jitsu and other martial arts are really popular. And I know there are schools, mini schools in Tallinn. I want to start eating healthy again, because Malaysia, by the way, is the fattest country in Asia. The food here is not healthy. Estonia is one of the healthiest countries in the world. And I'm excited about being in an environment where food is real, authentic. Do you know 50% plus of the land in Estonia is certified organic? It's really interesting. The country is that clean. So I create all of these sub goals. Now, I want to push myself. I want to push myself to break other aspects of my life that are merely good. So one of the things I want to break is I don't enjoy being in the office. I used to think that was how my life needed to run. 8 hours a day in an office, and we have a beautiful office, an Inc. magazine office. But surely there's more to life than being in an office for 40 to 50 hours a week. So I decided I'm going to figure out how to work from home and from cafes. And I'm going to figure out how to work while traveling. Now, I decided to push myself a little bit further. Despite being the CEO of a company with now 300 employees, I'm going to commit to backpacking across Europe and meeting Mindvalley customers in bars and restaurants so I can get to know you guys as I backpack. And I'm going to figure out how to be a CEO who is backpacking across Europe with just simple belongings, meeting our customers, but also running a massive business that's doing over 100 million revenue. Now, that's freaking crazy, but I want to destroy a part of my life so I can build something new. How that idea came to me is that I was doing an exercise. What was the most beautiful memories of my life? And it was when I was 21 years old, backpacking across Europe for 7 weeks. And I thought, I can never do that again. I now have so many responsibilities. But then I thought, well, what am I worried about? Why am I worried about leaving my kids for 4 weeks? Well, look, I've been locked up in a home with them for 3 months. They're probably sick of me. Surely they're going to survive. And then I worried about, well, I can't do that. I'm a CEO. I can't backpack. I got to be in an office. But then I realized I haven't been in an office for 3 months under quarantine. The office was shut down. And I've been hyper productive. So who says I need an office? All I need is a laptop and an internet connection. So you see, so many of my assumptions got dashed because of this grand collective Kensho moment. Now, my question back to you is, what did you figure out in your life was mediocre? What did you figure out in your life was merely great? And how are you going to use this Kensho moment that we just had to create a new vision? So I'm moving to Europe. I'm going to take up martial arts. I'm going to backpack. I'm going to stop working from the office for 40 hours a week. I'm going to pick up and move to a new country. What are you going to be doing? And I mean that. I want you to take out a pen right now or type it in comments. What is it that you figured out about your life in the last 3 months as we went through all of these changes, where you came to see that there was a part of your life that you realized maybe you don't need, or you realized was merely good when you were just tolerating it? Somebody said, starting a new career. Somebody said, my job. Somebody said, I'm moving to a new city. Someone said they're starting a life coaching business. Many people are changing jobs right now. That's great. Relationships. Someone became a WildFit coach. That's amazing. Look at the comments coming up. What is it that you know you can let go of? By the way, I'm letting go of my car. Like, I realized, why the hell do I need to drive a Mercedes? I have Uber when I'm traveling. as I backpack across Europe, I decided I don't want to drive. I just want to get on trains and journey through trains and work on my laptop. I'll kill two birds with one stone. As I'm moving through the countryside, I can get work done. And in Estonia, I'm getting a bicycle, not a car. I found an apartment in the old town, but they don't allow cars there. There's no parking spots. But then again, it's such a small town. Why can't I just cycle? Where in my mind did I believe I needed an expensive car? Well, I can tell you where it was when I was living in America, but that is no longer there in my head anymore. What are you figuring out that you can let go of? Someone said, my Porsche and my Land Rover. Someone said my marriage. Someone said my old job. Someone said toxic relationship. Now, as you start thinking about what can you let go, this becomes the addition to your Lifebook. Now, firstly, guys, if you haven't done Lifebook, definitely do Lifebook, because what's going to happen is that as you do Lifebook, you're going to figure out what programs in all access you need to be looking at. But now I want to take you to the next part of this exercise, okay? So let's recap. Firstly, Airtable. Get on Airtable. You can use it to simplify your entire life. I'm putting my belongings on Airtable. As I'm moving homes, I'm using Airtable to plan everything from my IKEA trips to what items I want to get rid of. I'm using Airtable to automate my company, automate my decision-making process so that I can have more freedom to work from home. In many situations where I have to be communicating with a team, I'm putting what we need to speak about on Airtable, and then they just go and check that Airtable, and there is less need for WhatsApps or phone calls. So again, Airtable is a tool to simplify your life, to buy you freedom, number one. But we can go further. You can use Airtable to manage your Lifebook. And now the next thing is you want to go deeper in Lifebook. So this is point number 3. Ask yourself, what in life right now can I get rid of because it's merely good but not great? What have I learned from this Grand Kensho moment that was COVID-19, that was a slowdown of human society, a quarantine of human society? What can I learn from that? And what have I come to understand I either don't need, I was merely tolerating, or just was good but not great? And how can we beautifully destroy that? Now, the fourth thing I want you to do is to do this assessment. Okay, so remember, there's a whole range. Gosh, and I'm amazed. There's like 1,400 people on this call. This was like planned in 48 hours. I'm so proud of you guys. Remember, there's a whole range of calendar items for you, right? But I want you to pay attention to this particular website, life.mindvalley.com. Okay, so go to life.mindvalley.com. This is the Mindvalley Lifebook assessment. So Lifebook is a separate company from Mindvalley, but Mindvalley partners with Lifebook. Why? Because if you do Lifebook, firstly, Lifebook changed my life. My Lifebook is right up there. Lifebook is transformative, but if you do Lifebook and you do all access, you get incredible results because your Lifebook is a compass on how you want to grow, and all access gives you that growth. Now, this was a $49 self-assessment before we partnered with Lifebook. You had to pay $49 for it. I got the rights to make it free for all of you, for all our users, so you can even share this with your friends. Go to life.mindvalley.com and take this assessment. And as you take this assessment, you will understand what in your life you are merely tolerating. Because this assessment is going to look at your life from 12 different categories. And it's going to show you where you are thriving and where you're merely surviving. You'll also see, based on everybody else in all access, where you stand. And again, maybe you are in the bottom 5%. It doesn't matter. That just means you have the most opportunity for growth. Maybe you're in the top 5%. Congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back. But look at the category where you might have a gap and figure out how can you improve that. So this is going to be, when you do this, this is going to be your tool. So this is actually my life score. It was 132 around 2018, 129 in 2017. Sorry, this is not in order. Lately, it's been like 150. right? As of October 2018. I don't want to go, I don't want to show you my results because that's deeply personal. But when you guys, actually, let me, I think this is dummy data. This 150 is dummy data. Okay, so you will actually see where your life scores are. So in this case, this is dummy data. So this is a perfect 150, but you might see that maybe you're lagging behind in some of these areas. And then you will see sort of a cobweb map like this. And if you see that, let's say your life vision is here or your career is here, you know what in life you need to disrupt or you need to get better at. Now, the next step is go to mindvalley.com/recommends. Okay. Sorry, I mistyped the word. Mindvalley.com recommends. All right. Now what you want to do is, as you go through Lifebook and you see what are your weakest categories, go to mindvalley.com, recommends, and choose your first weakest category. Let's say emotional. Let's say you are really having difficulty dealing with your emotions. You're going through a depression or you just can't be happy. And then your second one might be social. Let's say you're feeling deeply lonely. Now, when you click on see my recommendations, what will happen over here? Now, this may not work for me because I'm an admin user and things are a little bit different for me, but try it out. It should work for you. And if it doesn't, I'll make sure it gets fixed tomorrow. Now, what this will do is it'll then, based on these two, emotional and social, it'll tell you the two most important all access programs for you guys to study. Okay, so you definitely want to start using this tool. So again, that is life.mindvalley.com to do your assessment, your Lifebook assessment, to see where you might be lagging behind, and then mindvalley.com/recommend so that you can see what all access program you might start with. Now, if and that itself will really help. The assessment is completely free. If you decide you want to take Lifebook, know that Lifebook, the new class for Lifebook launches, I think it launches this June. I think it's July. Let's check it out. Mindvalley.com, Lifebook. You can still see my screen, right? Oh yeah, and if you guys are doing Lifebook and you recommend it, like leave a comment. So this is Lifebook, mindvalley.com Lifebook. You can watch the video. You can sign up for Lifebook. And the best thing about Lifebook, oh, and you can follow my Lifebook on Instagram. Open up your Instagram right now and follow it. The inspirational stories here are so cool. Now, one of the things about Lifebook is that you don't have to pay for it. Like, I freaking kid you not. Go through Lifebook and go through the entire program. And you must go through the program. You can't just put your $500 down and then like not do it. Put your $500 down, go to the program. That means you're watching 3 hours of video a week for 6 weeks. And at the end of it, if you've completed it, upload your Lifebook, and you can get your money back. If you feel $500 is too much for you, as it is for maybe some of our customers in India or China, they just take their money back. 29% of people take Lifebook and at the end have an amazing time and they get their money back because $500 was too much for them. And we're okay with that. We're literally okay with that. 71% of people allow us to keep the money. We're happy with that because they say Lifebook changed their life. And so that's why I strongly encourage you to check this out. Create your Lifebook with your visions, with your plans, with your life. And right now, because of quarantine, this is so powerful. Now, here's a little hack. If you want to get a free masterclass on Lifebook, you see that URL, mindvalley.com/Lifebook. Just type in /masterclass. And it's either that. Let me see if that opens up. Oh, you got to type in online. Lifebook online /masterclass. There you go. Okay, and you can sign up for the masterclass. It's completely free. It's a really beautiful class. And what you will see on that masterclass is that you will be able to basically experience Lifebook for free. Okay, so you literally just click on continue as Vishen Lakhiani. I mean, as your name, and get on with your Lifebook. Yeah, and Lifebook is really inspirational. Now, when you take Lifebook and All Access and you bring it together, that is when the real magic happens. Because Lifebook gives you the vision, it's the compass. All Access is the rocket fuel to go in one by one, start conquering your goals. And if you have All Access, Lifebook is powerful. because Lifebook will help you discover what to study in what order. When you bring them both together, you have the best education money can buy. And this is why I wanted to ensure that all of you who are on Lifebook get all access. All of you who are on all access get Lifebook. Did any of you do Lifebook and then you merged it with your all access curriculum? I'd love to hear your thoughts. How did Lifebook help you figure out what to study on all access? Awesome. A lot of comments are coming in. Okay, great. I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay, we're at 11 p.m. So we are done with this call, and we're done with this call. I hope you guys enjoyed what you learned here. I will keep the comments running for a while because I know you guys love checking out these comments. And here are the important links. Mindvalley.com/calendar is where you can see the upcoming calendar of everything. Oh, hey, Austin, how are you doing? Austin's our tribe facilitator. He's joining us right now. Mindvalley.com/calendar. You'll see a calendar of all the live Zoom calls. There's a lot coming up in July. And then mindvalley.com/lifebook is where you can learn about Lifebook. Life.mindvalley.com is where you can take the assessment to figure out where in your life you might be playing small, where in your life things may not be working out, so you know what to disrupt, what to focus on. And when you figure out what to disrupt, you create that into what is called a primary objective, and then you can add sub-goals to it. My primary objective is permanently move my family to Europe and start a whole new way of living. My primary objective is work from home at least half the time and be in my own space and be free to travel and explore the world as I work. So as you start creating those primary objectives, you create sub-goals to get you there. You can use Airtable to bring everything together. Lifebook is the compass. All access is the rocket fuel. When you put the compass and the rocket fuel together, you're rocketing ahead in the right direction and not blindly. So that's what I had to share with you guys today. I am so happy you guys are here. Thank you for joining me. 1,400 people. I am excited. Austin, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Austin, did you want to? Were you planning on hanging back and allowing people to chat or get into groups? Is that why you came on?
Oh, nope. We have a call with Paul McKenna right at 11 o'clock, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Great. Okay, so I'm going to jump on this call. And the call with Paul McKenna is for all access customers? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Thank you. Gosh, there's so much happening right now. So Paul McKenna, the famous British hypnotherapist, is going to be live. And if you guys got an invite for that, it means you signed up for Paul McKenna's program. He's probably going to hypnotize you and put you in amazing states of bliss. I'm going to bounce right now, guys. And thank you for being part of Mindvalley and Lifebook. Take care. Bye.